So the first question, there is a comprehension on yoga system. This the first one is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Next, the ultimate state of yoga is C, when there is a state of no awareness. Yoga can be executed if there is a complete concentration of mind. According to the passage, God is referred to as one who possesses maximum knowledge. B. In the above passage, mind fits among objects refers to mind is moving quickly from one place to another. D. Number 6. Nagoya Protocol is access to genetic resources. P3. Kyoto Protocol is reducing greenhouse gases. Montreal Protocol is substance that deplete ozone layer, and CITES is about endangered species. So B. 7. What is the range of the increase in global average temperatures of Earth for which the countries pledged to restrict it in comparison to that of pre-industrial times? So it would be 1 degree to 1.5 degree. B. Sustainable development aims at all of the above. Number 9. The expenditure of 100 families is given in the following frequency table. The cumulative frequency of the class 30 to 40 is 65. NEP 2020 aims to develop these skills among students. Of course, it is problem solving, critical thinking, and also creativity, and not memorization. So, 1, 2, and 3. According to Naika's Tritiya Linga Paramarsha is also known as Vyapti Gyan. The correct example of Ananya Bhava is the cow is not a horse. Following chart indicates the number of online food resources out of the three companies Swiggy, Zomato and KFC. Which of these statement is correct? The correct one is Swiggy always made the number of deliveries lower than Zomato during the entire period. Following the pie diagram indicates classification of students in a class in three categories: good, bad and average. Most of the students based on this graph are, of course, it is clearly visible that it is average. Identify the fallacy in the following. It is a crime to smoke grass. Kentucky bluegrass is a grass. Therefore, it is a crime to smoke Kentucky bluegrass. It is equivocation. Next, what is the significance of GIAN initiative launched by the Government of India in 2015? It enhances international collaboration in higher education and research. What is the full form of NHERC? National Higher Education Regulatory Council. Number 18. Match the list 1 with list 2. Rig Veda is associated with solemn prayers. Yajurveda is associated with hymns and rituals. Samaveda with musical hymns, and Atharveda with charms and spells. So A. Number 19. Two men A and B run a 4-kilometer race on a circular course of 1 by 4 km. If their speeds are in the ratio 5:4, how often does the winner pass the other? The answer would be 4 times. What does VPN stand for? Virtual Private Network. Number 21. Which protocol is used for transferring web pages over the internet? HTTP. Number 22. Match list 1 with list 2. So Viruddha would be number 4. Sound is eternal because it is created. So Q4. And Swarupa Siddha would be sound is eternal because it is visible. P3, Q4. So it will be option number C. Number 23. Validity can never be applied to any single proposition by itself is true. And the reason, because the needed relation is a deductive argument, cannot possibly found with any one proposition. It is true. So both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Number 24. Plagiarism in research is copying unscrupulously and making use of it. What is the number of national missions for the National Action Plan on Climate Change? 8. Government of India launched National Action Plan for Climate Change on 30th June 2008. A cube painted on its all sides is cut into 125 identical smaller cubes. How many smaller cubes have only one face paint? 54. What is the main objective of Digital India? To prevent To provide digital services and infrastructure for governance. A. Which of the following statements are true? All of the three are true. Number 30. Two statements are given following by four conclusions. The answer would be A. Only 1 and 4 follow. Number 31. Following graph indicates the sales in 5 countries. Which two countries have the maximum and minimum sales? So definitely Poland has the maximum and Spain has the minimum sales. D. Number 32. Which of the following is not a part of quantitative research? It is B. To explore phenomena in depth. What are research ethics? Ethical guidelines for research processes. A researcher is interested in studying the victims of domestic violence. Which of the following is a suitable sample selection method? Purposive sampling. What is the primary function of an IP, Internet Protocol? Assigns unique addresses to devices for communication. B. Match list 1 with list 2. So shaking hands is haptics. P2, there's only one option. So it is 38. 36 is B. 37. Entropy in communication is a measure of randomness. 38. Which of the following does not relate to psychological barriers in communication? Jargon. Which one of the following is not a characteristic of learning? Learning is unchangeable. What is or are the feature of choice-based credit system? Course selection, curriculum design, data management, all of the above. Number 41. A variable that is presumed to cause a change in another variable is called as independent variable. Which of the following items best describes data that were originally collected at an earlier time by a different person for different purpose? It will be B. Secondary data. Numerator of a fraction increases by 25%. What can be said about the resultant fraction? It is 67% more than the original fraction. Which of the following zones of interpersonal distance was not defined by Edward Hall? The answer would be A. Group. Number 45. Horizontal communication occurs between individuals at different hierarchy levels? No. Horizontal communication occurs between individuals at the same level. So 1 is incorrect. And statement 2, it fosters teamwork among individuals at the same level. Yes, it is correct. So 45D. Number 46, following graph indicates the sales of a company in 5 months through license, maintaining and consulting. The minimum sales through license is achieved in which of the month? Answer is June. Number 47, which of the following is not an Indian government ICT initiative for higher education? Coursera. Which of the following is not a phase of teaching? Of course, it is pre-active, post-active, diagnosis and also interactive. But notice that they have written interactive as inter then hyphen and active. So the way of writing is wrong. That's why the answer would be inter hyphen active phase. It is not a phase of teaching. Number 49. Education is a bipolar process. This statement was given by John Dewey. The 4-quadrant approach is followed by massive open online course. Match the activities with the different quadrants. So quadrant 1 is P1, self-instructional material, e-book and case studies. Quadrant 2 is Q2. Quadrant 3 is FAQs and assessments. And quadrant 4 is e-tutorial. So option number A.